welcome to Judgment Day. Now, we've spared no expense. We've actually traveled a little bit into the future because we've got a bunch of futuristic video games to talk about today.
Do you think anyone's actually going to believe that?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Well, I was hoping. Today on Judgment Day, we take a look at Jet Set Radio Future for the Xbox, AirBlade for the PlayStation 2, Sega Soccer Slam for the Nintendo GameCube, and a low-cost 5.1 surround system from Interact. Now, the first game we're going to talk about is Jet Set Radio Future from Sega for the Xbox. This game is such a cool-looking and fun-playing and wicked-sounding experience.
Lukaku in his gang are trying to stomp out our culture left and right. They don't give a rip about our rights.
You want to spray paint your graffiti tags all over the city and bring back some positive vibe to the town.
No, I don't think that's sending out a very positive message to the kids out there. Tagging buildings.
Well, Sega's got a huge disclaimer right off the top, and they're not trying to encourage kids to go out and vandalize buildings or anything like that.
Well, I mean, this is the most unique, stylized video game. You know, it's in the realm of the Parappa the Rappers. Very unique, but it's not for everyone. I mean, it's very weird.
Great dance music. It's a bunch of really crazy characters, lots of stunts, and it's graffiti.
See, in the Dreamcast game, though, you know, you used to be able, when you tagged a building, you could hit, like, up, down, left, right. It was kind of like a little bit like Parappa the Rapper, and they took that out of this version.
This time you're just grinding on rails, and if you see a place where you can spray graffiti, you just tap the R button, and it does it right away for you. It's much simpler. The pace is much, much quicker now because of that.
Well, I mean, throw realism out the window.
Yeah, it's not
realistic. No Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I mean, the game overall, the vibe is very unique and cool.
Stylized.
I don't know if stylized is the right word.
It's stylized.
It's weird is what it is.
It's not weird. The artist had a defined sort of vision for where they wanted it.
It's weird. Would you consider this shirt stylized?
Yeah.
I consider it weird.
I would say that because they've stylized this game so much, it may be a little overwhelming for some people out there. What's happened now that it's on the Xbox, there's a lot more power in that hardware. The environments are massive, and they're populated with hundreds and hundreds of people that will scatter out of the way and try to run for their lives when they see a guy on wheels coming at them at 100 miles an hour. It's really cool.
I mean, my favorite part of the game is going through and trying to terrorize as many people as possible. That whole club DJ style music, you gotta agree, I mean, it's not for everybody.
I love the music in the game. I thought it perfectly captured what the vibe of the game is. I love the character of DJ Professor K.
This is DJ Professor K, baby. The master of mayhem, know what I'm saying? Bringing another Tokyo Underground pirate radio broadcast from Jet Set Radio.
I really have to applaud developers when they go on a limb and create something so distinctive. I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10. I love Jet Set Radio Future. I love it. I think it's a complete treasure. Everybody should go out and check this game out.
All right, well, I give it an 8.
On the positive side, Tommy and I were blown away by the graphics and sounds of this game. We thought that the stunts and tricks were very, very cool. And we thought that the style of the game was very unique.
On the negative side, the style and the music may be a little too unique for some individuals, like myself. Sometimes the camera angle doesn't always do what you want it to do. And a lot of times, too, when you're doing some stunts, it doesn't feel like you're 100% in control of the character.
All right, let's stick with this extreme sports in the future theme and talk about AirBlade from Namco for the PlayStation 2. In this game, there's another oppressive police force. Only this time, they caught wind of a brand new technology. It's this hoverboard technology called the AirBlade. And all of a sudden, you're fighting these cops. You're trying to take them down and get back to your buddy who's been taken away by these cops.
He resigned from the GCP Corporation yesterday and took this little gadget as severance pay.
Oscar hijacked the stick? No wonder the suits are so buff.
You can do all these these crazy stunts and huge air jumps. We've seen it in the movies, but we've never played a game like this. And the stunts and tricks that you can do on a hoverboard are insane. Really, it's just like popping into Back to the Future Part 2 and getting to play that hoverboard. It's awesome.
One of my favorite parts, though, is like you get on the AirBlade, and the object really is just go by the bad guys and just like, badoosh!
Developers have blended the stunt-based skateboarding kind of gameplay with a real, true adventure story.
But Mr. Sarge, what about the prototype?
Oh, I think our Mr. Palmer will bring it to us. After all, he won't want to leave his good pal to the mercy of ruthless corporate bullies. Isn't that so?
So you actually have to progress through the story as if you were playing like a platform adventure game. You have to take care of the GCP cops and the snipers and all those kinds of things. You also have to break down their machinery. And then you also want to take care of any billboards that have your face on them. If the cops are all out after you, you don't want to get recognized, so you have to smash through there.
I'll tell you one part of the game I did like is when you grab onto that pole and you're doing like 360 circles around the thing.
Well, that's the thing. You're on an AirBlade, so you have a lot more freedom of movement than you've ever had in any kind of extreme sports skateboarding type game out there. The tough thing about this game, though, it's very hard to get precise with the way that you're moving in this thing. And there's objectives and levels where you have to jump from one small point to another small point, and it's just very difficult to sort of maneuver and control and stay on there, and the game will get frustrating. There's no way you can avoid that.
Well, I mean, and that's the biggest problem with this game. I play games to have fun.
Right, so do I.
Okay? Well, they make this thing so tedious that you have to, like, hit every jump at exactly the right pixel to get on the ramp. And look, you know, give me a little play here. I'm here to have fun.
The trick stuff and all the gameplay elements around the AirBlade, that stuff is handled quite well. Doing all kinds of grabs and spins and flips and things like that, very easy to accomplish in this game. It's almost a little too easy, in fact. It is the story mode that's going to keep you coming back, so they could have finessed that a little bit more, I think. I like the ribbon tag, where there's a ribbon in the middle of the screen and you have to chase it, and then whoever grabs the ribbon first has to play keep away from the other guy. I would agree that AirBlade's got some problems. There is going to be that frustration factor when you're trying to beat all the objectives in the mission mode, but it's a hoverboard. I mean, how cool do you have to make a game? I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10.
Well, I didn't have as much fun. I'm going to give it a 6.
On the positive side, we like the tricks and stunts in the game, and we also enjoyed the interactive elements in the level design.
On the negative side, you know, I thought the design was too frustrating. I thought some of the camera angles were a little hard. And finally, I thought the game should have just been more fun overall. I mean, you're on an AirBlade, for crying out loud.
Don't go away. There's more reviews coming up after the break.